Hello and welcome back to another Fragrance Fanatic video. Today I'm going to be looking at this brilliant package that I received in the mail from one of my favourite niche brands that is from the UK. They're brilliant and I'm so happy to have received this box of samples to review for you guys. So enjoy the video. So welcome back. I'm going to be talking about this brand here, Bathhouse. Bathhouse, they are a brand that I discovered when I was on holiday in more like north of England actually, but south from where I am. And they have some really great stores across England and kind of the Yorkshire Dales, which is where I was. And it's such a beautiful experience when you walk into one of their stores. It's first of all smells amazing, and then everything is laid out in such a classy, artistic way, whether it be on slates or pieces of wood, and the textures and everything are just so exquisite. And the scents, I have one of their bottles of scents right now, and it's something I wear on a very regular basis. It's a really lovely scent. But I received a letter, and I'm not going to read through it the entire thing, but I would like to just mention a couple of things. The lady who sent them to me, Abigail, who is the Bathhouse creative director, and she said a couple of really beautiful things that I want to just relay to you before reviewing these scents. She described creating perfume as an amazing, tangible yet intangible experience, and that of course it inspires debate and discussion amongst many people. And I think that is really clever in the fact that of course we all have our different tastes, but there's something so brilliant about the fact of smelling nice. It kind of brings us all together. It's such an artistic form of expressing our emotions and then expressing ourselves to other people. She also gave me a bit of background as well about the brand. So let me just briefly run through this. She says that they have a portfolio of 17 fragrances, and they're all created by perfumers especially for them. And they hand make them, and they make them in small batches between 200, 300 bottles. So they're a business that does everything from designing and creating their own packaging, styling, photography, and they pack their own perfumes. The whole process is really artisanal, and this ensures quality and personal attention to detail. So honestly, you can check out their website. I'll link that in the description below. And you can also, if you're lucky enough, I'm sad that many people that watch this video won't be able to go and visit their stores directly in person, but if you are lucky enough to be in the UK and do so, please jump at that opportunity, because honestly it's an experience that you will never forget. So it's packaged really beautifully. Obviously they do the full bottles. These are just some samples because of the amount that I've received. So I've received 6, so I'm going to start off with this one. So this one here is called Slate. Here we go, we've got Slate, and we've got a little bit of card inside as well to give us a bit of background. So as I said, they're from the Yorkshire Dales, and I do enjoy going on holiday there and getting a break there every now and then. Unfortunately, we've not been able to do it this year due to COVID-19. So here we've got a little piece of card. On this card, it's given me some detail about the Slate perfume. So the Slate is made up of powerful woods. It's got top notes of cardamom, pink peppercorn, heart notes of leather, and base notes of labdanum, oud, vetiver, and sandalwood. Now that sounds really nice. Immediately, really lovely cardamom comes through. The spiciness of the peppercorn as well. But it's almost as if there was amber in this. Was there amber? No, there isn't. But there's an amberiness to the kind of, to the top notes. Oh, it's really nice. You know, when people talk about the kind of the smell of the church, the smell of being, you know, fresh cut wood, it's kind of like a perfect combination, because it's not really offensive like a church would could smell like. But it certainly has a hint of that alongside this kind of spiciness, which is really lovely. And I'm looking at the notes, and I don't think I really need to go through there. The leather is obviously there, but it's not overpowering. Nothing is overpowering anything in this scent. Oh, what's up? there is a lovely incense that's starting to come through, a lovely, lovely, lovely incense, and that is again kind of counteracting with the whole vibe of being in a church, and that is really lovely, really, really lovely. Oh, I've kicked it off on a brilliant one here. This is going to be something I'm going to have to buy. The woods are beautiful and rounded, with the spiciness, which really kind of helps to highlight the scent. I think that I'm kind of along the right tracks with this whole kind of a mixture of a church, but then you've also got like a really relaxing incense spiciness to it as well, alongside that kind of oud, sandalwood. It's kind of maybe slightly leather. The vetiver as well, which is quite a leathery, woody smell. That'll all be coming together for the church scent. So I'm going to move on to the next one now. The next one I'm going to look at is Storyteller, and I've smelt this one. I can't exactly remember what it smelled like. I think it was citrusy. I might be wrong. I haven't actually checked yet. Storyteller. I smelt this when I was in store, and I remember being so close to buying it, but I decided to go for the bergamot and amber instead. So here we go. This here is Storyteller. Citrus, there we go, citrus herbal. So we've got bergamot, basil, mandarin lime at the top, heart notes of neroli, lily, clove, and base notes of cedarwood and patchouli. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Again, a lovely piece of card, which I could be using to spray. I imagine that possibly this is the intention would be to spray the scents onto these, but I am going to spray them on skin because I want to give them as much justice as I possibly can. Wow, really, really nice. Storyteller bathhouse. Oh, holy. Oh my god, that is beautiful. Now, if you haven't seen this channel before, you won't know, but I am a huge citrus fan. Anything that's got that kind of sharp, tangy, sherbety smell, I absolutely adore, and that's what you get at the start. But it's got some more complexity to it. It's not just the sherbety, it's kind of herbal as well. The basil, of course, the basil. So it's green alongside the citrusiness. The green citrus, it's always going to be a match made in heaven, isn't it? What else could it be? Because this sherbet smell isn't sweet, it's the sharpness of it that I really, really love. And it smells like you really are. There's like spring lime in the air, and then it's like a really well-rounded meal. You top everything off with basil, and that's why we've got this to start off with. I imagine that'll kind of dampen down into a more aromatic mid, with the cloves in there, and I think that with the basil kind of they're obviously a well-known pairing in scents, with the clove and the basil together. And then in the base note we have patchouli as well, which will also go so well with that. With the cedarwood in the base note as well, that will help kind of just give a bit of grounding to the scent, a bit of earthiness. That cedarwood will always go so beautifully well with citrus. No matter what citrus you're wearing, cedarwood will always go well with it. Cedarwood is meant to go with the citrusiness of a scent, and that wood is starting to come through now, really is. I'd say this just ranks above the previous one. Anything with that kind of sherbety citrus smell is always going to be in my good books. So next up we have Spirit. Now, I have never smelled Spirit before. This is going to be a completely new experience for me. I have smelled, as I've said, many of the bathhouse fragrances, and I've never come across a single scent I don't like. They've got 17 scents, they said, and so I'm still on a run where I haven't found a scent that I've disliked. I haven't found a single scent that I've disliked from them. Spirit. This is a fresh aromatic scent. I will try and do full reviews on all of these scents to kind of give you a better idea of the longevity of them. But for now, it's just first impressions, and I'm enjoying it so far. Birch leaf, bergamot, cardamom, grapefruit, black pepper, lavender, geranium, aquatic notes, sandalwood, cedarwood, musk, and guaiac wood. I should really know how to pronounce that, but I don't. Let's just start off on the back of my wrist. Whoa. That's lovely. That's top notes would suggest that this is more unisex, certainly not heavily masculine, and you know that's what you're looking for in these kind of niche fragrances. I think I don't think you're ever striving for something that's going to be something that identifies the masculinity, because these niche, as we like to call them, fragrances, they're all about being unique and different to what you would get in your designer fragrances. And it's really got the Spirit's really got that kind of a fresh washing scent style to it. So you pull out your washing and it smells like kind of fabric cleaner, which is obviously a really nice scent, but to make it a more complex scent, there's some citrus there, so the grapefruit, which isn't overwhelming at all. It's really nice and collected. You can already smell the musk. You know, whilst I think it's meant to be a base note, you can already smell the musk really well. It is also very floral, and that's nice. I don't know, did it say geranium? Geranium lavender, that's where the floralness will be coming from. I'd say it's certainly leaning towards being a feminine fragrance, but it would work on a man. I would certainly still wear this. It is probably, as it said, a fresh fragrance. It would be more for a day out on a summer's day. But no, it's a really nice hot weather scent. And the floral features to it, which I don't really wear floral scents that much. This could be something that could get me into the floral world of fragrances. Before I move on to Spanish fig and nutmeg, I would just like to finalize that previous scent by just saying that it's starting to come across a little bit like Davidoff Cool Water. And whilst Davidoff Cool Water isn't actually my favorite scent, I'd say this is a lot better. But the aquatic notes are starting to come through. The aquatic, more like, are starting to come through, and they're really mixing well with the floral features and kind of again emphasizing that fresh clothing out of the washing scent. That's really what I'm picking up from that previous one. It's a really nice scent. So Spanish fig and nutmeg. Let's open this up. Spanish fig and nutmeg is fresh and full of rich woods. Fig, nutmeg, chamomile, cedarwood, iris, clove, amber, plum, and patchouli. That sounds like it's going to be a lovely woody, partially sweet scent, actually. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. God. Right, well this is very oriental smelling. I guess the fig is starting that. The fig and nutmeg. Nutmeg is a note or an accord that I haven't really smelt too much of in fragrances, but okay, no, it's whilst when it started off, I maybe thought it was very powerful, and I thought maybe this isn't the scent for me. Maybe this is one of the first scents that I've maybe not matched my tastes, but actually, no, the fig's died down now, and you're starting to pick up the kind of underlying earthy spiciness. I maybe wouldn't call it spiciness. What would I call that? I'd call it heartiness. It's really hearty. I guess the amber, which from the base is kind of coming through already. When I say spiciness, maybe I was right. There's a bit of clove there that's creating, certainly adding to the power of this. It's obviously going to project very well. I can already tell the scent bubble is going to be right around you, and it's not. I'm not gonna. I think it's something. It's quite an acquired scent, but it's got the sweetness to it that you would look for when you got plum and fig as your two kind of top and bottom notes. It's certainly not what I expected from looking at the notes, but maybe I should have expected something a little bit more sweet. And obviously to counteract that with the balancing out, you've got chamomile, which is kind of fresh scent, and then you've got the clove, which will be there to kind of spice it all up a bit. And this is going to be what I would call, as I've said in many other videos, layered scents. Layered scents that maybe you need to take a little bit more time to experience before taking a full opinion on it. And I think that's why this, first impressions is great for my first impressions of the fragrances, but this is not my full impressions of every one of these fragrances. and that's what I would like to do full reviews on them at some point very soon. Before I move on, the amber now is really coming through very, very strong actually, and I really like amber as a scent. It's kind of creating that incense smell. It's yeah, walking into like a, you know, a spiritual shop. I don't know if you get them wherever you're from, but no, this spiritual kind of scent is really reminiscent of walking into a place where they've got all the incense lingering in the air, and it smells really, really nice. It's really starting to become a very, very intricate layered scent I love. Yeah. So next up we've got Hide and Seek. Lovely. It's warm, powerful and floral. Oh, so this is possibly another feminine fragrance. Again, I guess we'll not know until I try it out. So we've got plum, tuberose, jasmine, lang lang, vanilla and amber. I've had a few comments about how I pronounce lang lang. I guess people call it yang yang, ylang ylang. I just call it lang lang. Excuse me if I'm wrong. Oh yeah, this is definitely a feminine fragrance, 100%, but it's a really, really beautiful scent. Oh, the top notes are sweet and floral, exactly what you'd want. It's, oh, this is going to appeal to so many women and men. It's maybe not something that in general men would wear. The plum as is the single top note is clearly boosting this sweetness. But the lang lang's there to emphasize this kind of powerful floral note, and the jasmine is there whilst, you know, it's kind of giving it a more bitter tea note as well, which is not enough to completely balance out with the sweetness, but that's not what you would have wanted in this scent. This is obviously meant to be, with one single top note of plum, it's obviously meant to be a sweet scent. It's got partially smells slightly like something like clothing straight out of the wash, but that's not what this is. This is a very versatile feminine fragrance, and I'll have to give my mum a lend of this. I think she'll really like this. As I'd said, plum, base notes, vanilla, amber. The amber isn't creating an incensey note, but it is gonna, obviously, with such a vanilla plum sweetness, as I've said, top and bottom, you are gonna need that amber to kind of give it an earthier, just kind of give it a stability that scent needs. They need something, you know, whether it be cedarwood, whether it be sandalwood, whether it be possibly vetiver, or whether it be amber. You know, you need something like that to kind of balance it out if it's going to be a deliberately sweet scent. And I think they're doing that really, really well. I really like this scent. I really do. And I hope I can do a good review on this and then gift it to someone that would really, really like it, because yeah, really, really lovely feminine scent. Very nice. And finally, I hope I'm not wrong in suggesting that that's a feminine scent, or that the previous ones are masculine or unisex. You know, these could all be worn by either gender. Obviously, it's just, everything's based on preference. These are all just my opinions, but I really, really think that everything is completely up to the consumer. That, you know, it's just a word really, isn't it? Feminine, masculine, it's just a word. And I guess it's all just partially stereotypical. You know, that heartier, woodier, spicier notes would be for men, or then sweeter floral notes would be for females. It's all just stereotypical, but everything's preference. So finally we have patchouli and black pepper. This one I've smelt before. I know that I love this scent. I smelt it in store. It's a brilliant scent, but I'm really going to need to, you know, reboot my memory here. So, patchouli and black pepper, warm and sensual. This is obviously going to be a winter scent. Black pepper, mandarin, patchouli, lavender, rosemary, amber, and vanilla. What else could you ask for? Let's enjoy this one. Man, this for me is the perfect mix of spicy and woody and sweet. Some would say, how do you do that? I'd say patchouli and black pepper. I guess the sweetness is probably coming from the floral notes. The black pepper is creating some spiciness. The mandarin's creating some citrus sweetness. You know, mandarin's known to be a more sweet citrus rather than the lime, lemon or orange. I guess mandarin is a type of orange, but yeah, that's quite a sweet citrus. Vanilla in the base notes, and amber and vetiver, as I'd said, the two kind of stable earthy notes. The rosemary's adding an aromatic scent to it, but it's certainly not overpowering, and it's kind of sitting behind everything else, just as like a saying, hi, I'm there, but you know, I'm there to balance it out. But nothing here could possibly overpower any of them. It's a layered scent, but it's at the same time smooth. I don't think this is gonna evolve like some of the others have. It's probably just gonna remain as it is to start off with. Probably the amber will start to come through a little bit. It's more strong, but I think amber is kind of essential basically to this brand in general. The scents that they create, amber is such an essential note, and it's such a beautiful note, and I'm so glad they use it. The problem with me having all these now though is I'm going to need to get full bottles of most of these. Now vetiver, I don't talk about it too often because really if I was asked to identify vetiver in a fragrance like this, I probably couldn't. I'm not super experienced enough to be able to do something like that. But when I'm told it's there, I think I can pick out some sort of like hints. And the fact that it's mixed with the amber is, you know, another tricky thing to mask the vetiver. But the vetiver's kind of leathery parts to it really just mean that this scent is well-rounded. It's everything really, like I said, it's everything you could ask for. It's got sweet, lovely, floral, aromatic, spicy notes. Everything is so smooth and nothing is sticking out like a pin or a sharp needle. It's just, this scent, I think, what else could you ask for really? It's everything you need in a fragrance really. And situational wise, this is so situational. Situation wise, this is so versatile, and you can wear it any time of the year. Again, personal preference, but I'd say it's quite masculine. No, I wouldn't. I'd say it's unisex completely, really. When I say masculine, I think that was me picking up the pepper, but again, that just counteracts everything I've previously said. This is a unisex fragrance. It can be used by anyone and everyone, all ages. It's a beautiful scent, so beautiful. Thank you so much, Bathhouse, for sending these. Thank you very much, Abigail. It's really nice of you to do this. Again, if you can check them out, there'll be a link in the description. Get your lovely niche. You know, the prices are bang on, they're perfect. You don't, literally, everything about them is perfect. And if you enjoyed my reviews, I will do full reviews of them, but these are my first impressions. I'm going to smell amazing for the rest of the day. So thank you very much for watching the video. Check them out. I'll leave their website and their Instagram down below. And if you live local, get to their stores now before they close for Christmas. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time on A Fragrance Fanatic.